establish is how your tempo of your training session, not too fast. You want to have very calm, methodical, do the behavior, hold the behavior, okay, you're done, very good. Not just target, 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 target. How you deliver enforcement is really important. You kind of want to have, in our program at least, the animals have manners. They can't bite at the mesh, they can't be quick at us. They need to be very accepting of the reinforcement. The best way that I've kind of come to this belief is by creating distance with the animal. A lot of times trainers will sit right at the mesh, right at the animal, and it's all just right here in their face, which creates a lot of kind of nervousness and looking to see what's coming next in anticipation. And if I can create distance from the animal, it really helps them have to look up and look at you and wait for all the information that you're about to give them. Once you've started to put some behaviors in place, if you can increase the duration of the behavior, that really starts to connect the dots of just sitting and being calm and knowing that I'm going to go into the side presentation and I'm going to sit here until I'm told otherwise. And to put a lot of checks in your program to make sure that that's a very holistic idea and not just in the session. So we finish the session, before the animal goes back on exhibit, we have the same kind of requirements. Calm behavior, I'm going to open the door, you're going to stay there until you're released, and it's part of their whole world, their whole lives. It's not just in a session and then the rest is kind of chaos. It's a very structured management program. So this is how we ship out onto exhibit. Good girl, Serena. Good girl. Good. So very nice, very safe. If you have multiple animals, you can use this to your advantage. So right now, I've shifted her out of the first holding room. And I'm going to open it up so that I can walk the entire hallway. And a lot of times this would be a moment of kind of chaos for the animals where you're not directly in front of them, controlling their attention. So I'm able to kind of send her away and she's okay for me to go do my little thing for a bit until I can reengage. Good girl. Okay, set them up the environment for success. Pretty straightforward. You want to have you want your animal to be successful. Everyone wants that. So the more planning, the more things you can design to help create these behaviors, the better for the animal to understand in the quickest, most efficient way. In the zoo community, we have a lot of things called training plans, where before you set out to go do a behavior, you try to map it out. And I believe there's probably the best possible way to get an animal to learn X. And so the more you know your animal and the more you put some of these tools in place, the easier it is for your animal to learn. As well as if you're thinking about medical behaviors, you can modify your exhibit to help make these things possible. It's really good to have involved plans and to try to plan for things before they're a problem. So this is a shot from the other side of the exhibit. This is our little transfer chute that we modified to help do a lot of our medical behaviors. I'm just going to show a couple of the advantages of this space. There's a little door right there that has a little door, and then on the top, that's a plexi roof that you can shoot radiographs through. So we're able to do BD and DV radiographs in that space by putting in the plate and then putting the animal on, getting it to go on its back and on its sternum. And then this little port here, we're able to do side behaviors and get access to her tail and get access to each of her limbs, as well as good girl, vaginal swabs, lots of ultrasound, things like that. Good girl. So that's where we draw blood. It's right there. Good. We've also tried from the back legs and haven't had success, but we've been fairly successful with the tail. The behavior is trained where it's not getting blood very regularly. But again, if I had thought through more things, I would have made it a little different. But it's a pretty useful little way to get your hands on the animal. So I just go through more of our behaviors. A lot of times when I go and consult with other trainers or other keepers or give presentations, a lot of people just want to know what cool, fun behaviors you do. And Karina probably knows over 60 different behaviors that she does. But I don't like to highlight that. I like to highlight the core behaviors, the medical things, the things that really help with their care, and not just have it kind of be a showy thing. So in terms of behaviors, I believe you want to have a strong core set that you can then turn into different ways. So she does that stand behavior on the mesh. That's how we're able to do the ultrasounds on her heart. That's how you would be able to maybe get milk from a mother. There's lots of behaviors that then turn into more useful applications of those same behaviors. And then I really want them to understand the behavior fully. So it's not just back in one situation, it's back in no matter what situation that she's in. So if she's standing up and I cue back, she can still do that. If she's really far away and I cue back, she can do that. If she's sideways and back, she knows what that means more than in just one context. Open? Good. Good. Good girl. Very good. We have a fish flavored toothpaste that she's not a big fan of, but she tolerates. Good girl. I think in the next year we're going to try to add in a little actual scaling of the teeth. That's one thing that will probably be more important as she ages. Good. Good. Good girl. Open. Good. 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 Very good. Okay, so like I said, she probably has 60 plus whatever behaviors. She does a lot of cool, fun things, a lot of active behaviors. But when I step back and really think about it, these are probably the core ones that she knows that I've just turned into other behaviors. So she knows how to target, to stand, give a side, how to open her mouth, how to go on her back, and how to hold all those different behaviors. Good. Good. Target. So we have a lot of different tools, and we try to make them useful in a variety of situations. So your little probe can be a target. It can act as a probe, which we've used for echocardiograms. It can help you sense for injections or just pressure in general. We're able to use a stethoscope on her neck. Check heart rate. Good, Karina. Hold. She's very good. Very good. Good girl. Good girl. We do eye drops so we can check her ears. Good. Good. And a lot of times when in the zoo world, when you start, what happens is usually your animal encounters a problem, heart disease or something that you find out. And then the program starts in after that once you realize there's a problem. Instead of having a very proactive, thoughtful program. So I trained that behavior right there just with the PVC, for a number of years until we were finally able to bring in a cardiologist. And we did a full echocardiogram the first session with the cardiologist because the animal was prepared for that whole process. A lot of times that takes years. We're doing that with our orangutan in my department. We've been training him for a year, getting him used to the vets and the different equipment and the gel. Because there was once he had heart disease, then we had to come in and try to figure out how to help. Like I said a number of times, extend the various applications. I never encourage people to set out to train a big medical behavior. You should never set out to train blood draw. You set out to do the presentations and to hold and to be okay with different things, and then the blood draw comes naturally. You never set out to do the big, intense, complicated thing, put all the steps in place, and that stuff just falls in naturally. It's no big deal. It's no different for the animal. We're able to give Karina vaccines and draw blood because the injection process, accepting a needle, was trained so well in different parts of her body. The blood draw is no big deal. And able to combine those behaviors to access these different body parts or to access these different veterinary needs is really important. So I think this was one of the first times we actually got blood in like 2014. And so I'm just holding her tail just as a precaution for the vet tech. that was it. It took a little experimentation to find the right spot, but that was it. And it was no big deal. It was funny for us because we were anticipating this big, complicated process, and it took 2 sessions or something. Again, going back to some of the core ideas, I believe increasing duration. If that's part of your process, if that's part of your everyday management style, every session, things like holding for an ultrasound, again, it's not an issue for the animal. So this helps with otters especially, with giant otters especially. This duration helps break down a lot of the things that we kind of take for granted are going to be a part of an otter no matter what. So they have a tremendous amount of energy. And if you can harness that, you can put the animal to put that energy into focusing on something. It's a great way to put that energy into a positive thing instead of something that you have to try to juggle and manage, and it's an issue for you guys. It also helps with the animal state of mind. There's a whole wide conversation to be had about captive animals and you know, their state of mind and how they're doing in captivity and all the different things that we do to try to help